Hello students. Today let us study about the beams. What is a beam? A beam is a homogeneous body of uniform cross section whose length is large compared to its other dimensions is called a beam. See, so here this is a beam. A beam is a homogeneous body, means made of same material. You can take a wooden beam, you can take a steel beam, you can take any metal beam. Okay, so it is made of same material whose length will be very large compared to its other dimensions. That is called as a beam. Okay, there are four types of beams. Four types of beams. Let us know one by one. See, first one is a simple beam. What is a simple beam? Simple beam is a bar resting upon supports at its ends, and it is the most commonly used beam. See this one. You can see this diagram. It is a bar resting upon its supports. That is a simple beam. Then, second one is a continuous beam. A continuous beam is a bar resting upon more than two supports. See, it is a bar resting upon more than two supports. That is a continuous beam. Third one, see, cantilever beam. A cantilever beam is one whose one end will be fixed and the other end will be free. That is a cantilever beam. It's a single cantilever whose one end will be fixed, other end will be either it is free or it can be loaded. That is a cantilever beam. Then fourth one is a fixed beam. A fixed beam is one which will be fixed at both the ends. The beam will be fixed at both the ends. That is called as a fixed beam. Okay. So see the diagram. This is a fixed beam. So there are four types of beams: simple beam, cantilever beam, fixed beam, and a continuous beam. Right. Now let us know what is a neutral surface and a neutral axis. Neutral surface and a neutral axis. Now see here. So this is a beam. This is a beam. Let me consider a wooden beam, a wooden scale. That is a beam. Okay. So in this wooden beam, let us imagine it is made of large number of layers, such layers. It is made up of large number of thin such layers like that. Okay. So when I apply the load, when the beam is bent or in one end or both the ends, when the beam is bent, so what happens, its layers, they get strained. So now in these layers, one layer will be there whose dimension will not change upon applying the load. That layer is called as a neutral surface. Okay. So neutral surface is that layer of a uniform beam which do not undergo any change in its dimension when the beam is subjected to the bending within the elastic limit. So if I say this beam is made up of number of thin layers like A, B, C, D, E, F, etc., then when you bend the beam, what happens? So here, see the layer AB got elongated to A dash B dash and EF got compressed to E dash F dash, but the layer which is CD, the layer CD, so is not undergoing change in its dimension. So that layer is called as a neutral surface. If I take one of the layer here as a neutral surface, it is a plane layer and the axis passing through that layer is called as a neutral axis. So what is a neutral axis? Neutral axis is a longitudinal line along which Neutral surface is intercepted by any longitude in a plane considered in the plane of bending. That is called as neutral axis. So I think it's clear. Neutral surface, neutral axis. What is a beam? Types of beams. And the last one is applications of beams. So applications of beams are: beams are used in the fabrication of trolleyways, in the chassis, frame as truck beds, in the elevators, in the construction of platform and bridges, as girders in buildings and building bridges. That means beams. Now, wherever you are sitting, that room is made up of beams, right? It may be of any kind of beam, it is made up of beams. Okay, so here, see, beams are especially important in civil constructions as they substitute for numerous support structures which help in saving both time and money. See here, these are some of the images of beams. So this is the application of beams in the engineering field. It may be in civil or it may be in mechanical. You will find the application. These are the images of beams. Now I'm sitting in the laboratory. Okay, it is also made up of numerous types of beams. You are sitting in your house. That is also made up of a type of beam only. It is constructed under a type of beam only. So these are the applications of beams. Is it clear? Thank you, students.